Hey Robbie, there's a message that I really want to give you. It's extremely long, so I doubt that if I send it to you, you would ever get around to reading it. So I thought I'd make a YouTube video where I talk about it instead, hence there'll be more chance of you actually reading it. First of all, I also got to show you this view. It's absolutely amazing. I'm in Tenerife. Later on I do go into details about your song, saying how I believe that they are part of an Illuminati. Even if you are completely unaware, I'm pretty sure you are completely unaware, but I want to explain to you how I think your songs are actually about something different to what you think they are.
Just to add though, I don't think it's all of your songs, I just think it's a small portion, maybe 5 to 10% of them. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want someone else taking the credit for things that you've done. I know you're very proud of your work, and you should be. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even want Christ to take some of the credit, but you might if it gives you more fame. But anyway, from your songs, I believe that you will help her when she comes. And she has come. I talk about this in many of my other videos. I'm going to make another video about your music, connecting this to her, but you might not be bothered to watch that, so I'll just do this for now.
If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one.
Yes, I believe this Christ looks very similar to that girl in your video, but I understand at this stage you're going to think that I'm crazy, so I'm going to make a more personal video that hopefully you would just want to watch. So this video is going to be aimed more for you personally, rather than for the people who know things about my channel, and the details about what it is that I'm saying.
So basically I do think that there is Illuminati. I think it's a group of people sort of run by Martin Dodd. He's an Estonian executive and he's worked with loads of people, including Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Rihanna and Kesha. I think there's loads more, but I don't know. He won't talk to me in any way. He also works with Max Martin, and I know Max Martin has worked with everyone, so if he's worked with him, there's a high chance that he'll know a lot more people than he's told me or anything. But anyway, I just need to send you this because I'm pretty sure there is Illuminati conspiracy, and it does involve your music definitely in a big way.
Get out your prayer mats and your hymn books and turn to page 103. This one is Angels. Everywhere. See, I will speak protection and affection. Where I right or wrong. Over here. Wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me when I come to call. She won't forsake me. Everybody in Hyde Park!
I believe that there's two Christs, a female and a male Christ, and if you write a song about any woman, that song will kind of connect to this woman and make prophecies about that woman. So basically I think that God is a female or a feminine soul, and she'll come to earth as a human, only when she comes to earth as a human she'll be completely human, hence will have no power whatsoever, hence won't have the power to turn water into wine. I was wondering if you were part of the Illuminati, hence I was watching your live feeds, and yesterday I heard on live feed how you've done a new song which is Happy Birthday Jesus, where you talk about how he turns water into wine and stuff, and I don't think the Illuminati believe that, hence why I don't think you're a part of the Illuminati.
Although in 2013, when I first started believing what I believed, I did believe you were part of this because of songs like this.
Jesus didn't die for you. Why did you want?
This group believed the same thing, which is that it's completely insane to think someone would die for you just so that you can be forgiven for crimes that you've committed, because that's not a way of solving anything. And yeah, this group think that people are stupid.
Oh, it hurts when you're too blind to see.
And yeah, this group think that people are stupid for not being able to see the truth, which is that Christianity is nonsense. I did not follow your songs, so I didn't know when you released these songs. I believe that it was after 2013, and I believe this woman was only found in 2013. That was when she started preaching against Christianity. Hence, I believe you did them after hearing about her, and then changed the dates to make it look like you were making a prophecy about her, and really, you did them after. But to be honest, I didn't really follow your work. I knew your best songs, and I loved the best songs, but I've looked on A to Z lyrics to find that you've done tons and tons of other songs that I've never heard of, so maybe these generally were done before 2013.
Basically, I think this group of people are a group of people who are elite and have lots of money, and they know about a goddess, and they know about a prophecy about how this goddess is going to come to earth as a human. Only when she's a human she's going to have no power and not be able to do anything, but for that reason the goddess has helped inspire lots of songs, so that all songs that sort of are about a female are actually making prophecies about her, linking to her.
Father beat the system by moving bricks to Brixton and learning how to fix them.
This person's dad spent most of his life working 8 miles away from Brixton. He's a systems analyst, so he spends his time fixing computers. What you said, though, however, makes no sense because you can't fix bricks. You just make them or don't make them. You don't fix bricks.
Moving bricks to Brixton and learning how to fix them.
But if you got the inspiration to write these lines from her, well, then it makes a bit more sense. You just need to change things a little. You can work as a systems analyst.
Father beat the system by learning how to fix them.
And you can work near Brixton. And the mother was a victim.
Mother was a victim.
Why? Because the mother you're referring to is actually God the Mother, a goddess that's been rejected from Christianity and most of the world.
Got a hurricane in the back of her throat.
Now you know why.
Liberate our sons and daughters.
And that's how this sort of Illuminati group can find this person, by listening to all sorts of songs, yours included, and trying to work out where, who, and when this person will come. I believe in 2013 they found this woman, only, like the Bible says, they have to make a 7-year covenant to ignore her for 7 years. During this time she will go through tons of tribulation because thousands of people have been writing songs about her. She'll know it, only they won't actually come forward to help her, because this is what the agreement is, that they don't come and help her, and this causes her much grief, hence why the inspiration behind the songs actually linked to her, because a lot of songs are about a woman who goes through a heartbreak. Likewise a guy as well. I think there's 2 of them, and they want to be together but can't be, because that's how they inspire songs, through their sort of suffering and heartbreak. And I think that a lot of your songs do kind of link to this and point to the same story, and I think that's how they've managed to find this person, through listening to songs that are kind of about her and making prophecies about her, even though you're completely unaware, probably completely unaware about anything that's happening. And I really want to tell you this so that you can do your own research and find out if there's any truth behind what I say. In this video I want to actually go through your songs and show how your songs are actually talking about this woman. You might think that they're talking about an imaginary woman, or a woman you don't know, or someone you just made up, but it's not, I don't think. I think a lot of them are actually talking about this female Christ. I believe that all women are made in the image of this woman, and so if you write a song about any woman, you'll link to her, because all women are made in her image. So if you write a song about any woman, there'll be parts of that, large parts of that, that will also relate to her, because the person you're writing about also relates to her. It's a bit of a spiderweb complex.
But this only applies for successful songs. If a song isn't very successful, then it's likely that it's because it's got nothing to do with her.
So I believe this Christ had 3 lives. She was Eve, she had a kid with a semi-evolved monkey, and that's how you would save for her blood. You would save because she had a child with a semi-evolved monkey, and humans were evolved from that. Her second life was Aaliyah Horton. She was a singer, black, died just before 9/11 in a plane crash. She did the song More Than a Woman and AJ Nothing But a Number. I've made a 17-hour video where I go into extreme detail about how she died and rose again on the 3rd day as a different woman, and how her songs kind of link to this woman. And basically the whole video is just full of evidence that kind of link these 2 people together, saying how they're actually the same person. You don't have to watch it, it's very long, but yeah, I believe that a lot of people know about this, and they've done research into this. They've done the same research that I have, and they too also believe that this female, this 3rd Christ, is actually Aaliyah, and also Eve in her past life as well, although there's not as much evidence to suggest that, but I think the evidence is continuously shown throughout the Bible. I won't go into detail about this, way too much to say, but yeah, right now I want to focus on your songs, but I first just need to say that I believe that a lot of people know about this, particularly female singers, Katy Perry and Beyonce and stuff like that. You know, if you listen to Katy Perry's songs, there's one where she's dressed up as a cave woman saying, "You're going to hear me roar." So this came out 2 weeks after I believe this woman was discovered. I think she was discovered sometime in summer 2013.
You were there for summer dreaming, and you gave me what I need.
That's how they inspire songs, through their sort of suffering and heartbreak.
And I hope you'll find your freedom for eternity. For eternity.
And people found out about her through Martin Dodd. I believe she met Martin Dodd, and that's where this sort of belief started. I think people believed before, but they hadn't found this woman, and then in 2013 they had found this woman, and they made a 7-year covenant to ignore her.
I'll sing this summer serenade. The past is done, we've been betrayed. It's true.
And they made a 7-year covenant to ignore her. This is part of the Bible. There's tons of stuff in the Bible that talks about how the Antichrist or an Antichrist will make a covenant with many for 7 years, and that will kind of persecute and start the tribulation of Israel. I believe Israel is a woman, not a nation. Well, it is a nation, but it's also a woman. The Israel of the Bible is a woman, not a nation. Only people were really sexist in the past, and plus she needs to go through this tribulation because this is how she inspires songs.
I believe your song suggests that when she does come, you will believe in her.
Someone said the truth will out. I believe without a doubt in you.
I believe that songs that connect to her are the songs that are most likely to be more successful. I feel like this is a key to making a successful song, by making a song that's kind of about her, because all humans in the world are kind of searching for God or searching for Christ, and I feel like if a song relates to her, then it will relate to everyone else and they'll love the song, and I don't know, it's something magical about it. But anyway, one of the songs that I want to talk about of yours, the first one is Eternity. In it you say, someone said the truth were out, I believe without a doubt in you. So it's almost like you're saying that you believe in this female Christ and you believe in her, even though you don't actually know who she is, even though you don't even believe in a female Christ at this stage. I believe it's a prophecy of what will happen in the future. One day you will find out about this female Christ and you will believe in her, and you'll listen to these songs and you'll realize that actually they're kind of about her, although at the time you would have thought they were probably about something else. Then there's also a line about, I hope you find your freedom for eternity. Well, she's kind of the goddess, and she feels trapped right now because no one believes in the goddess. Everyone wants a sort of male god, or wants to see God in a masculine sense, which is so wrong because males are the more violent sex, and so to see God as a male is kind of to see God in a more masculine, violent sense, where I don't think God is like that. I think she's feminine in the sense of, you know, she lets you do what you want and is more passive in that sense. But I feel like there will be a time when she gets her freedom, where people find out who the truth about her is, and or what she's like, e.g. not Jesus, not a man that goes around killing lots of people, which is what the God of the Bible is all about. Also, because I believe she's going through a 7-year tribulation, I think she'll get her freedom in the sense of after the 7-year tribulation has occurred, she'll have freedom in the sense of she'll be able to be with the partner that she wants to be with. I can analyse this whole song, but I do need to point out that I feel like your songs are slightly different to other songs because they kind of go into a more personal detail.
You talked about your mom and dad, what they did that made you happy, what they did that made you sad.
Like in your song, there's sort of details about things you've asked her or things you've talked to her, and I don't think you've met her yet, but I think you will in the future, and you know, I think she'll like you. I think most people like you. I've gone through a list myself of all my favourite male singers, and I was surprised that you were actually on top of my list because I didn't think I really liked you that much, and then I compared you to a lot of other male singers, and I think you're a lot more open-minded and less judgmental, and I think that's a really nice quality about you, and maybe she'll think the same way. So I think maybe this song is predicting that you might have a more personal connection with her in the future, like you might actually talk to her.
We sat and watched the sun go down.
Whereas I don't think she really wants to talk to other singers. Then there's the song She's the One. You know, if that song is actually saying, yes, she's the one, you've met her, you think this is the real Christ, and you kind of think that these songs are hinting that this song is about this person that you've met who will one day promote in the future. So we go through the lines of that.
I was her, she was me, we were one.
I was her, she was me. So here you're kind of saying you were one with this person, and a lot of people like to be one with God, and so I feel like that's what the song is saying, that during the making or the creation of this song you became one with her.
We were free.
We were one, we were free. Okay, I feel like she's in a sort of 7-year trap right now. Before that, I guess she was free, and before that she wasn't alive. She was up in the spirit realm and very free then, and I do think that she's younger than you, hence there would have been a time where she was up in the spirit realm and you were kind of alive on earth as sort of youngish to middle-aged child. So you were free once, but now she's not, because she's come to earth and is now a human, hence she's trapped in a human body. But she was once free, and you were too in a sense, because I feel like sometimes having so much fame and so much pressure can actually be a bit of a trap in a sense, because you really want more fame and more achievement and stuff in it. Anyway, that's just my interpretation of it. You might not agree. I'm sure you love the fame, but it can be a bit of a trap. I'm sure you'd admit that.
And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one.
It's kind of like you're saying that you're spiritually connecting to this female Christ, and if there's someone calling you on, it's her. You know it's her. You know that this woman that you're sort of unintentionally writing about is kind of inspiring these songs, and you're kind of admitting it in your song.
If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one.
Only you don't realise it, which is really kind of strange. But that's the power of Christ. The real power to inspire things, not the power to change water into wine.
We were young, we were wrong.
We were young, we were wrong. That could be talking about a lot of things. I think she was an atheist before she started believing what she believed. She was wrong in ways, and you were wrong too, because I don't think you realised these songs were about her.
When you get to where you wanna go, and you know the things you wanna know, yeah. Smiling.
I think here you'll be saying that you're saying to this female Christ that, you know, when you get to the place you want to get to, which I guess is this woman meeting this partner that she falls in love with, and when she gets to know the things that she wants to know, which is the truth about who she actually was before she was alive, e.g. she was God in spirit and now she's on earth as human, you know, when she knows all this, and then your line is, you know, you'll be so high you'll be flying, and so that's kind of a prophecy said that when this Christ comes, she'll go through a time of not knowing things, and then a time of waking up, and then when she knows the things she wants to know and gets to that place, you know, she'll be so high because she'll rise and ascend, and everyone will see that she's the true Christ, not Jesus of Nazareth.
When you said what you wanna say, and you know the way you wanna play, you'll be so high, you'll be flying.
What she wants to say is that she's Christ. How she wants to play is that she wants to inspire songs that kind of prove and hint this, even though the singers are actually unaware of what it is that they're writing or singing. You know, that's the way she wants to play. You know, once this has been exposed and she's said this to people, then, you know, she'll be high, she'll be flying.
Though the sea will be strong, I know we'll carry on.
I think this is talking about the sea of people that are going to be against her. You know, she's going to say she's Christ, and all the Christians are going to be like, no, Jesus is Christ. Jesus can do this. Jesus is going to take us off to paradise and stuff. And Jesus is coming with huge amounts of power and stuff. And she's not going to be like that. She's just going to be like, no, I'm inspiring things. I don't have power myself. The next song I want to sing about is Candy. This is a strange song because throughout the whole song you're kind of insulting this female Christ. Although I don't think you think it's about female Christ. You think it's just about some woman you kind of made up. Maybe you got some inspiration from people you know, I don't know. But yeah, technically the insults that you say about her, they're probably kind of true. Like, she doesn't really have that much else. Well, she does, but she doesn't. I mean, she does, but highs and lows as well. You know, everyone's like this. Everyone goes through ups and downs. You are really confident and sure of yourself one minute, and then you're doubting yourself and unsure the next. And this is kind of a typical thing. I think this is what she's going to be like. I think this is why humans are like this, because she's like this. So I think your songs are kind of insulting to her, but also there's a lot of things that are truthful about her. So the song is,
I was there to witness Candice is in a business.
so if you change the word Candice with this goddess's or this female Christ in a business,
I was there to witness
this goddess's
is in a business. She wants the boys to notice her rainbows and her bonus.
I'm not too sure what you're supposed to say here, but it could be talking about, you know, she wants the boys to know about her power and inspirations, influences or whatever.
She was educated,
She was educated, I believe this woman went to uni, is educated,
but could not count to 10.
but she couldn't count to 10. You know, when you say, I'm going to count to 10, it's usually when you're playing hide and seek, and I feel like this is a reference to how she's not going to want to wait to the end of the 7-year tribulation to try and contact you. She's going to try and contact you beforehand, maybe. That's what the song could be saying, how she's trying to expose herself to everyone, including you. But anyway,
Now she got lots of different horses by lots of different men.
I do think that she is the sort of 4 horsemen, Eve, Aaliyah, this person, this new her, and then her future self. These are the 4 horsemen. And yeah, each time she comes, she has a whole group of different men. She probably dates lots of different people. So it's insulting towards her, this song, but it's also kind of accurate in a way. And then you say,
And I say liberate your sons and daughters.
liberate your sons and daughters. You know, you could be saying liberate them from her and take them away from her, or you could just be saying liberate as in liberate your sons and daughters by taking them away from Jesus, taking them away from the false Christ and from the false God that's of the Bible and disgusting and all evil. The bush is high, but in the hole there's water. I'm not too sure what you're saying here, but you know, you could be talking about like the tree of life, because the bush is high and there's lots of it, and there's water in the hole. So if you try and find her, you're going to get like this water, because this is how a tree is fed, through the water. And then you say,
You can get some when they're given. Nothing sacred, but it's a living.
so it's talking about how there's going to be a group of people that are going to help expose her to the world, and that's when you'll get a bit of her water, or her information, should I say. Water kind of represents information in some senses. Hey ho, there she goes, either a little too high or a little too low, got no self-esteem or vertigo. I'm not too sure what vertigo means, but a little too high, a little too low, these are ups and downs. So again, you're kind of insulting her, but then again, a lot of people go through ups and downs. So 1 minute they're high, 1 minute they're low, 1 minute they're positive and confident things are going to happen, next minute they're just like, what? I can't see that happening. I'm confident enough that you'll see this video to make it, but I'm not confident enough to actually know that you will actually watch it. So again, that's another contradiction of, yes, I'm confident, yes, I'm doubting it. And so yeah, that's another example of it. But anyway,
Hey, ho, here she go, either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, cause she thinks she's made of candy.
she thinks she's made of candy because she thinks she's Christ, hence she thinks she's kind of a bit untouchable, and she thinks that people will like her. And so candy is sweet, it tastes good, you know, a lot of people like candy, so maybe it's saying that, you know, she is like candy because when she's exposed, people will want it, just like people want candy, and they will want the goddess when she's exposed. It could be saying that, or it could be saying how she thinks that people will like her, and so maybe you're actually just insulting her again, I don't know. But anyway, then it goes, ring a ring of roses, whoever gets the closest. Not many people want to get close to her, but she comes and she goes, the War of the Roses. I know that sometimes English people are called like an English rose or something, I don't know, so it could be referring to that, or it just could be a bunch of nonsense that you added into the song, I'm not too sure. But anyway, mother was a victim. I believe that she is the mother and she is a victim. Her father beat the system. I do believe that the father is Martin Dodd, because he's the one that's going to be promoting this big, I think he's the leader of this Illuminati group. By moving bricks to Brixton and learning how to fix them. This person, who I believe is Christ, her dad spent most of her life working in New Malden, which is only about 8 miles away from Brixton, and he was fixing computers. But it's impossible to fix bricks. How can you fix bricks? A brick is a brick, you can't fix them. You can make them, but you can't fix them. So yeah, her dad fixes computers in Brixton, but you know, you could say that, or you can just say it's an inaccuracy. Sometimes there is inaccuracies in songs. Because I know there's a lot of love in a lot of your songs, and I know you won't have a personal love relationship with this person. She's got a partner, and so have you, so you know, it's not a personal love relationship, but at the same time, songs sound best when you talk about love. So I know there are some inaccuracies within the songs, but I don't think that's necessarily one of them. I don't know, it might be. You can call it an inaccuracy, whatever.
As you will, she'll be the whole of her love.
She'll be the Hollywood love, so you're prophesying about how Hollywood will love her, because Hollywood and the majority of songs and films are actually about her, including lots of Disney films. I think they're also making prophecies about her. I've made videos about this, but again, you don't have to watch it or anything. If it don't feel good, what are you doing it for? I don't think it's about her. I think it's about changing the world. I think the world's opinions on what God will be. I think a lot of things will change if only they saw God as female and not a male. That's the reason why she's doing it, not to make herself feel good, but to promote a new world, and to stop seeing God as the God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible is an evil, vile dictator that just goes around murdering people.
And if it don't feel good, what are you doing it for? Now tell me, hey!
How can the world be better by promoting that kind of God? Promoting Jesus is actually promoting his God and his belief in what God is, and I think this is just really damning and horrible for the world, and I don't think you realise that, because you have promoted him in your songs.
Oh, here she go, either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, cause she thinks she's made of candy.
Again, she'll be really loud sometimes, and she'll be really quiet other times. There's a hurricane at the back of her throat. Why? Because she's the real Christ, and she's angry at those who worship the false Christ, a false God who wants to murder his son, and tells Moses to go off and take lots of people into the wilderness so they can starve and die and kill each other. And if you actually read the Bible, there's a ton of terrible things, and I feel like there's a hurricane in the back of her throat because she wants to expose how disgusting the Bible actually is. And she's angry at those people who would mistake that God for a loving God when it's not the truth. It's just a bunch of lies that people have made up about her.
Hey, oh, here she go, either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane in the back of her throat, and she thinks she's made of candy.
It's a weird song because on one hand you're saying lots of kind of negative things about her, but on the other hand you're kind of willing to give your life for her, because throughout the whole video you're kind of putting yourself in harm's way. She's not really taking much acknowledgement of it, but it feels like even though you're saying sort of negative things about her, in your heart you kind of want to support her and you want to give your life for her, which is probably how you will feel, I believe, when you get to know her. Maybe I kind of hope so, to be honest.
She thinks she's made of candy. She either is, because she's Christ, so she's different and people will love her like candy. Liberate your sons and daughters. She'll be the Hollywood love. Okay, that's just some other things I want to say.
There is some other things that I want to say, but I'll make it in a separate video. I'm not going to be sending you the link because I want the people who watch it to only be people who know about my channel and know about who it is that I think is this Christ. E.g., you have to watch my Name of the Lord video to find out. Lastly, if you ever meet Martin Dodd, can you please ask him these questions for me? If he's not got any involvement in what it is that I'm talking about, please ask him why he won't talk to me. I'm sure a 5-minute conversation would be able to convince me that he doesn't know, but he's not willing to even give me that.